How are you beautiful ladies and gents doing out there today? Here I am to serenade you with my voice, and yet again, I don't have a skit planned or anything going, and I do have a reason for that. I do. I swear I'm not getting lazy on these. So, we just went through our big old winter vortex, winter horrible weather situation here in Minnesota, and we got hit extremely bad. It got very, very low. Many cars throughout the entire state just did not start. Like, probably a good third of all the cars in the state just died. I got stranded in Park Rapids for a while without a car because my car was one of them that died. So I didn't have time to film anything or get anything prepped or do a lot of editing. I got the bare basics, and this was a shorter video too. So here I am just saying, hey, how's it going? I at least got something at the beginning of the video. Again, I'm sorry. I don't want to try making excuses because of the storm or anything. It's been a busy week, a lot of events going on at the station. It should be clearing up as the weeks go by. Still in the middle of sports season and everything, but things are getting closer to done. I'm talking too much. Let's get to my beautiful smug face from 5 weeks ago when I did this video in a 5-part series. Take it away, me. Our last group is the most recently introduced family. There are other families that get introduced or talked about, but they aren't as large as these. Like the Stroud family isn't that large, but I mention it because Helena is such a major figure. Then you have Anya, and Anya connects into the Phoenix family. So I kind of have to include the Strouds into this, even though they're not the largest. They're the smallest family I have written down. I wrote down all the members that I have here, if you can easily see that. Probably not, but I have all the family members written down that are named, or because I can go into unnamed characters if I wanted, like the unnamed children of Roland Phoenix. Let's see, no information on them. That's all we have. But no, I'm just gonna go by what's named. So next up is the Diaz family, the newest family introduced. This will be going off the perspective of Kait, since she is the most recent or furthest down in the tree. Sorry, my nose is just, it's dry here. It's been snowing and now it's dry weather. I'm sorry. This video is extremely unprofessional, but because of the replacement mic and everything, I haven't had time. I'm wasting time explaining it. Anyway, Diaz family, starting with Kait looking inward. We have Raina, her mother. Now, it's very odd with Raina's situation because of what's above her in the tree, which we'll get into that in a moment. Raina, however, though, very dependent leader. She was an outsider, so we can take a guess that the Diaz family were either civilians or they were stranded. I want to say they're probably civilians because Oscar was once a gear, it is stated, and we'll get to him next. But, so I want to say citizens or at least stranded because they are outsiders. They act as though they live off the land and everything like the stranded did. A little more upscale than the stranded, but still stranded style. So I want to guess Raina was probably a civilian, or at least came from a family that had a different perspective on the gears than most did. Next up is Oscar. Now, I've already made a quick guesstimation. Maybe it was an Islander. He probably isn't, but I just wanted to throw that out there during my South Island video. He was a gear. I forget how long. I think someone mentioned a decent amount of time. He was a gear for a while until he quit. He didn't get an honorable discharge or anything. He actually left the gears, and he joined Raina. So I want to guess that he was probably with Raina during the situation that was happening with whatever caused them to leave. That stuff has not been explained yet in 4 onwards. But we do know something happened with Oscar. He left, and the Diaz family comes from, I believe, Raina's husband. And Oscar is the brother to the husband, so he is Kait's uncle. And I believe that would make him Raina's brother-in-law. So we don't know how that goes. The family tree here is a little more structured than the Carmines, but we still don't know. There's a lot of dark holes that are scattered around the Diaz family tree. Next up, we will now touch on Myrrah. This is where the very crazy stuff comes in, because we don't fully 100% know if Myrrah is Kait's grandmother. It's pretty much been confirmed at this point with the medallion and everything, saying this was my mother's, that Myrrah is Kait's grandmother, but we haven't been solidly put in front of us like, yes, this is your grandmother, this is Myrrah, leader of the Locusts. That's probably what's going to be said in 5. But 5 isn't out yet as of this video, so I cannot confirm yay or nay if Myrrah is the grandmother of Kait. I personally assume it is a very hard yes, But for anyone watching, I don't know anything from the coalition or what they're doing. So if they say she is, I did not say I knew first. I am saying I assume that she would be because of the information given. There's your disclaimer for everything that could possibly be relation-wise. And I'm not going to go heavy into Myrrah because we all know about Myrrah, leader of the Locusts. We don't fully know her backstory yet, possibly something with the New Hope facility. I don't want to get into that. So Myrrah, the possible grandmother of Kait. Last up is Kait herself. Kait, we know from 4, a very headstrong girl, very caring towards her family, kind of like the Santiagos are. She would give anything to save her mother in 4. We learned that the hard way when she was ready to storm into a couple of hives, just not even caring if she lived or died, which kind of irked a few people with her. At first, it was Marcus, and then the second time, JD was kind of like, this is kind of a bad idea. Kait, we think she could possibly be the next queen of currently the Swarm, not the Locust. But again, 5 isn't out yet. I can't really go into that, so I hate to make it short for her because she's going to be the main character of the next game. But Kait, as far as we know, a lot of holes left unfilled until 5. Sorry. And that's going to do it for this entire 5-part series. If you're new to seeing this and this is the first one, you're wondering why it's short or why it's as it is. This was originally all one 40 to 50 minute long video, and because the original first part I did not have time to work on, because again, this time of the year it's very hectic and I'm busy, I decided, okay, I'll just dice it into pieces and do each family for a different week. Well, since I did it for part 1, might as well do a part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. So this is the final part. And I want to thank everyone for sticking with me through these 5. I'll start recording separate videos on their own, and they'll be a bit lengthier. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where else to go with this. I mean, I just cranked out 5 videos off of 1, and I really feel like shit because it feels like I picked the lazy approach, but I just, time-wise, I just haven't had a choice. So, next week, depending on what I can get done with a certain project I have planned for this, I will be in contact with somebody, and it's either going to be an announcement tomorrow for the next upcoming series for these Gear Talks, or I'm going to take all the parts I did, combine them into one, and just put the entire original video out. I don't know. I'll decide on that one. If I do decide to do the announcement, I just have to get in contact with a certain person I've been talking to. It's going to be a very lengthy process for the Gear Talks. I know I wanted to stick to doing more discussions, what ifs, news and stuff, and I'm still going to, but I think leading up to 5, before we get more information, I want to try doing a certain thing that I'm going to do with this project. I think you'll enjoy it. Till then, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next week either with the full video, or I'm just going to come at you with the announcement. It'll probably just be a short little announcement thing. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again. You guys have a good day, night, whatever time you see this.